Well, can't say that I didn't see it coming. The game crashed because I overloaded the RAM doing all the save scumming for the care packages. But hey, the very first next one, we got Paku. Oh, I need to make sure that we don't hit this little thing here. Don't attack the pufflet, please. But yeah, greetings and salutations everyone. I'm Ekamac, this is Let's Play Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, I made a vow that I would save scum for every care package to ensure that I have enough meat to make it to the end of the game. I'm not going to feel good about this, but people gotta eat. People gotta eat meat around here. So, with that said, at least I opened up the thingamy that I wanted to show. Basically, care packages. So, at the start of the game, the care packages you can get include algae, arbor tree seeds, bluff briar seeds, brine, bristle blossom seeds, muck roots, coal, curative tablets, dirt, dust caps, fertilizers, hatch, one hatch, or 3 hatchling eggs, jumping joya, mirth leaf, nutrient bar, oxyfern, 100 kilograms of oxalite, a pip, 2 pip eggs, a poke shell, a puffed, 3 pufflet eggs, 1 ton of rust, 2 tons of salt water, 3 tons of sand, 1 ton of sandstone, a shine bug, 3 shine nymph eggs, a snazzy suit, or 2 tons of water. So yeah, quite a variety of things. After 6 days, you can get an omelette. Specifically 3 kilograms of omelette, which I think translates into 12,000 kilocalories. After 12 days, you can get 3 bristleberries. If you've discovered copper ore, gold amalgam, you can get 2 tons of that. Yeah, basically by discovered it means having dug it up, so we can get those. You can get 4 tons of ice, or 3 lava eggs. Those are a creature we haven't seen yet, Slickster lava specifically. On the upside, we are getting that cooked seafood. After 24 days, but due to how the printing pod timing works, I generally don't start save scumming for this stuff until day 27. On the 24th day, you can get balm lilies, 400 kilograms of copper, only if you've seen it before, 3 Dreklet eggs, 1 Dreco, I think that's 12,000 kilograms of fried mushroom. It's 3 mushroom either way. 400 kilograms of iron if you've discovered it. 8 Paku, which we just saw. 1 Pinchana pepper plant seed. 3 Shovevole eggs. 3 Thimblereed seeds. Or 1 Wheezewort seed. And the Wheezeworts are actually super rare if we're honest. Anyhow, with that out of the way, I think actually it's time for Ashkin to get the warm suit. Because we want to research this cool slush geyser. But anyway, where was I? Wheezewort seeds. I think the Wheezewort seeds are really rare because you can go quite a long time before seeing them. There's a very finite number of Wheezewort. Whatever you do, don't let the Paku eat them. The list, right. After day 48, if you've seen aluminum ore, you can get 100 kilograms of it. You can get 48... wait, no. You can get 12,000 kilocalories of barbecue. You can get 100 kilograms of ethanol if you've seen it. You can get 200 kilograms of glass if you've seen it. 150 kilograms of lime. Or 500 kilograms of plastic, again, if you've seen it. You can get a shovel or a slickster as adults. You can get 3 kilograms of spicy tofu, and that's actually a very strong late game food. Or you can get 100 kilograms of steel, again, if you've seen it. So they don't totally unbalance it. They aren't giving you industrial materials that you don't have access to yet. Question. Okay, all the polluted dirt has been extracted. We can get rid of this little thing here. The downside is that this is actually going to... When we destroy these, it does mean they'll be taking some grimy polluted water past everything, so I need to be ready for when that happens. Oh no, we need to turn on the batteries up here immediately. I think that's locavore. I clicked through it so fast I didn't get a chance to see. No, I've already gotten locavore. What did I get? To pay the bills we got locavore, outdoor renovations... Ah, we got Royal Flush because we destroyed all the sinks. I don't feel good about leaving this unpowered. I worry that one of these hatches is going to eat meat and that'll set us back way too long. Problem is, it's Catalina's break, so we aren't getting the operating that we normally do. I say that and then Catalina comes off break. Ooh, it didn't send in a full 4,000 kilograms of meat. That probably means that he did get to eat some of it. It's why it's a good idea to try and get to the stone hatches pretty soon, but we just don't have the sort of a rock supply to feed them all. Like, you'd need a very large amount of sedimentary rock in order to get all the hatches converted over, because even after you start getting stone hatches in here, you have to keep the sedimentary rock to make up for all the normal hatches. So, analyze, level 9 analysis. Ashkin's going to have a very unpleasant day because it's going to be cold. It's going to be very cold. I suppose I should point out this metal over here, Wolframite. So at the start of this LP, I was talking about superconductive alloys. They aren't actually that... They aren't quite as super overpowered as I was talking about. Like, there are things that have super high conductivity rates, but... Like, hang on, where is it? Right, thermium. It has a super high thermal conductivity and a super low specific heat capacity. Plus you can also turn it into niobium. Well, back again. One is, yeah. So thermium is the upgraded version. They even have very high overheat temperatures to make life really easy. But those are super endgame materials. Until we get to that point, we have a aluminum ore, which has a pretty high thermal conductivity rate of its own. So if you start in the forest asteroid, you get a head up there. The downside is that it has no overheat temperature bonus. Whereas if you were to look at cobalt, it's not quite as high conductivity, but if you refine it, it's still pretty good thermal conductivity there. Let's compare it with aluminium again. Either way, both of them are very high conductivity. We don't have that in the sandstone biome, but Wolframite is still pretty good for the purpose that we need it for, which is being a very conductive base ore. So that's a thing that we want to keep an eye out for, because actually in the sandstone biome, for some reason in the DLC, Wolframite is actually pretty rare. It's common if you get over to the alternate area, but we aren't. As you've seen, we've had a lot of trouble finding the second teleporter. If it's not down here, then I'm very worried, because I have no idea where else it could be. We're working on meat and we're working on pacu filet. Please don't tell me your break is soon. Your break is actually kind of soon. Did you glitch out because I accidentally sent you on a quest to upgrade your skill? Whoops. So what's his temperature going to be like? It is kind of dropping. But it's not nearly as bad as it would be if he wasn't wearing the warm sweater. The thing is, I don't need to feed them for every meal, because obviously they're good. If their stomach is emptier, then they'll just eat more of the meat. So I might be able to might be able to start reversing the flow of carnivore. $12,200. No, 127,200. Divide that by 30. So we're over the 9 kilocalories level. if this continues at the rate it's going, then we might end up having to call in a new duplicant to help with eating the meat. But then that actually has a new problem of, well, now we need even more food to feed everyone, and it won't be from the hatch ranch, because at the moment we have 16 hatches in here. 16 provides just over 2.5 hatches per day, which is 12,000 kilocalories. I think. Wait, no. One hatch per day is 4,000, so yeah, that's 10,000 already. The hatch ranch is already providing just enough food for the entire colony. I think we need another chef. I think the reason why I'm going so slowly is usually by the 50-day mark I have 8 duplicants. But I was a bit slower this time. Oh right, we can... New mess table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, just 5. Oh hey, Liam! Okay, so this is a thing. Super productive, or super focused. This is his overjoyed... This is what, the overjoyed reaction for a super productive duplicant. We probably aren't going to see it because he's going to go to bed, but what happens is there is a slight chance of him instantly completing any of his missions at the moment he starts. So, on some things this is just a waste of time, such as carrying items to objects. But on other things, it's an extremely powerful advantage because if it's something like the metal refinery, bam! No 12,000 watts per second for a good while, he's just got it already. Manual rad bolt generator, bam! Instantly turning all of the uranium into bolts. It only works on things with progress bars, so something like ranching doesn't work, but it's still a very nice thing to have. And in fact, I remember that there was actually a glitch. So, neutronium. It cannot be excavated by any duplicate mining tile. If we try, it immediately cancels it out, saying, no, you can't do this, stop trying. There were 2 glitches with super productive duplicants, and oh, Nisbet picked it up as well. So one of them was that super productive duplicants were actually able to mine neutronium. They didn't like that. But there was also that they were accidentally eating all of the food in a single gulp and starving to death. So that also needed to be desperately changed. I want to put Nisbet on cooking, but Nisbet's more a runabout doing everything else type of girl. Well, we have plenty of meat. And Ashcan caught hypothermia. -5 to science, machinery, construction, and cuisine, and +1 to sneeziness. So unfortunately, I mean, the science stat you have is still pretty high, but... Oh man, you've got a -200% construction speed. That's awful. But as I was saying, because they are working in this super sub-zero water, unfortunately it is giving the hypothermia. All we could really do is just slow it down by giving him the really hot suit. I think hypothermia is based on having a constant drop in body temperature, so now that you're out of there, should be increasing in temperature. I'm actually finding it kind of hard to find a place to build my usual duplicate bedrooms, because what I like to do is I like to make them 8 cots wide, but then I like to put in front of them a sort of miniature shower room. So I just have one shower, and a decor item here. Unfortunately, it looks like because I got my hatch ranch up and running early, it's left me without anywhere to put up my duplicate barracks. One really powerful way to build your bedroom though is if you can somehow get a nature reserve in front of them, then that's an extra bit of morale every day because they have to walk through it to get in and out of their bedrooms. It's just kind of hard to do because a nature reserve tends to need you to leave them alone. Inefficiently designed, it might be a way to put it. Actually, tone that one down as well. We want to drain as much water out of here as possible. That's a mess hole, that's a mess hole, so we can start removing these. I'm not using the deconstruct tool because I don't want to get rid of the tables in front of it as well. I mean, supposedly you can just use buildings and tag and not have to worry about it, but I still don't trust it. I've ruined quite a few designs by accidentally deconstructing things I didn't want to. Oh, if only the bed was one space further to the left, or 2 spaces further rather. The bristle blossom would grow. Duplicates do automatically assign themselves to beds and mess tables when they don't have any available, but you can always just set them manually. Yeah, we've got plenty of cooked seafood and barbecue. I should be running on 2 times speed, shouldn't I? So, scale growth 0%, but it's 13% when he's in the hydrogen. That's exactly what we wanted. The slight downside though is that they do end up radiating quite a bit of heat. Like, they basically start out, when they're born, they have... When any critter is born, I think they have a natural heat level. And when they grow up, they also get reset to that natural heat level. And the natural heat level for Drekos is actually a lot hotter than what mealwood can live in. So when we have enough Dreco in here, it is actually going to start making the mealwood die out. So the easiest way is to use a Wheezewort. which is why I'm building this so I can get at the Wheezewort. And maybe a Sleetweed, sure. But yeah, you plant a Wheezewort in here, and actually what makes it clever is that because Drecos produce phosphorite, it ends up providing you with exactly the material you need to feed the Wheezewort, because Wheezewort, if grown domestically, they require a lot of phosphorite per cycle, which is what these guys make. So nice stuff. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Okay, make sure that's set for that direction. Not shower. We want a lavatory, but I think build the sink first. Oh dear, I got this pipe wrong. Sink. Lavatory, and make sure it's set to go that way only so people coming in won't take over the sink, just the people going out. We've almost finished with the cool slush geyser. Right, this is what I don't like about cool slush geysers actually. It's that for some reason they produce so much polluted oxygen it causes problems. It's because polluted water off-gases, and for some reason it off-gases for these areas much harsher than it normally would. Negative 16 degrees. Hang on. It produces it at negative 10 degrees. Oh dear, Alright, plan B. But please finish crafting this. Yeah, and by researching that we get 12 databanks. One databank per data analyst, and one databank per research point, so we just need to get our hands on 4 more databanks and we can probably finish researching the thing that we need to finish off our hatch ranch. And actually, since he's finished with it, Ashkin can go back to his snazzier violet suit. So the thing is, wild critters actually can't starve to death. When we tame them, that's when they have their actual stomach, so you have to start feeding them, but before that, if you just leave them in the wild, then they should be perfectly content as long as they don't get too hot or too cold. The problems are more that, well, okay, take these Paku for a shoot. Well, with that failure in the works, Paku, for example, grow based on their temperature, so this can survive between -20 and 80 degrees. If the temperature is high, and apparently this place is just high enough to start breeding tropical Paku, then it increases their chance of laying tropical fry eggs. If the temperature is low, 5 degrees or lower, then it becomes gulp fry eggs. The downside is that, well, if you look at their specific stats here, tropical fry have a much better tolerance for high temperatures, but they can't live in low temperatures. The gulp fry is the opposite. They can handle the low temperatures, but they're not good with high temperatures. And the thing that often drives them extinct is that they'll just be in the wrong range. Every now and then they'll just randomly lay a gulp fry egg, and it can't handle the swamp biome, the swampy, slimy biomes that they just live in. Yeah, we're gonna have to give up on this Paku fillet. Like, even if someone could make it to it in time, there's just so much distance between here, they'll only get halfway before they run out of air and cancel their errand to make it back to here. And then it'll rot all the way, so it's unfortunate that I missed that. Anyway, the reason I was talking about the reason they can't starve is because this squeaky puffed inlet isn't going to be anywhere near chlorine. Is it unfortunate? Not really. They'll be fine just being hungry all the time. Actually, we are over time, but I'm basically aiming to end the episode on save scumming for the printing pod, because as we saw last episode, that does have a chance of crashing the game. I guess that's why they never patched it out, because there was a built-in punishment to that. Sure, if you're going to waste your time doing that, but don't expect us to fix the memory drain that it involves. Also, grub egg. 3% incubation per cycle versus 7% per cycle. And if we look at a Draco egg, yeah, Dracos have the same lifespan as grubs, which is why their eggs hatch at the same rate. But anyway, until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you all around. Oh, we could get lime, but I don't want lime.